Reverend McInerney, visitors, guests. Peggy and I are honored to be here with you today in this historic place, the Citadel, for this wonderful purpose, and especially in the presence of Jim Clyburn and Joe Biden, who are coming to this podium, two great men of consequence in the history of our country. I will be very brief. This is usually the best line of any speech, right there. Growing up in Columbia, I can't remember a time when I did not know the name Fritz Hollings. But as time moved on, I came to realize that the man was every bit equal to the legend. We sometimes wonder what it is that drives people to such heights of service and accomplishment. We wonder, is it love of something? Is it a determination to right or wrong? Is it simple ambition, pride, a cause? I don't know. But I believe that somewhere at our core lies a force that challenges and dares us to live our lives to the fullest of our talents, strengths, and dreams. But the risk is large, and many of us fall far short. Fritz Hollings succeeded magnificently, and in doing so gave substance and inspiration to all of us. Whatever comfort, satisfaction, or peace he achieved in his work, it is we of South Carolina and the United States who benefited the most. Of all of us here today, I believe I am in a unique category of having been one of those intrepid souls who made the decision to challenge Fritz in an election. In an unbroken string of 7 victims in his Senate races, I was the 5th. It's in 1986, I just left the United States Attorney's Office. President Reagan had endorsed me in the Republican Senatorial Committee. Senator, Mr. Vice President, was all abuzz with the prospect of an upset. We knew it would be an uphill battle, and we were not disappointed. Early on, we were rising in the polls, and then Fritz began to pay attention and went to work. One of the most memorable moments came when my team hatched the great idea of challenging Fritz to a drug test. He instantly responded that he would take a drug test if I would take an IQ test. Now, you can imagine my satisfaction in seeing that line quoted in virtually every book written about political quotes and jokes since 1986. After the race, I was regarded as somewhat of a hero by many in my party for having taken on such a daunting task. But in fact, the rewards to me were priceless. For not only had I learned from the experience, but for a few months, I had shared the stage with and received the attention of one of the greatest men South Carolina will ever produce. In the years to come, as the days march by, doing their eternal duty, and we here join Fritz and the others who've left these earthly places, there will come a time when there will be none here who have felt the power of his voice, the touch of his hand, or the strength of his presence. But as long as time lasts, for those who read life's records and fathom the measure and greatness of men, Fritz Hollings will be one of the greatest. The magnificent South Carolina lion roars no more, but the echoes of his life and deeds and love of his state will reverberate for untold generations. To borrow from the immortal words of Harper Lee in her classic novel and film, To Kill a Mockingbird, stand up, children, that's Senator Hollings passing by. May God bless Fritz Hollings, his wonderful family, and his beloved South Carolina.